Hey treasures, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys the time that I was in love with a felon. Hear me out. So I was about 11 or 12 years old, and if you don't know, this is going to be part of my Preteen series. I am going to leave a link down to the video where I talk about this one school, because this one school was just ratchet and stupid. I was in the 8th grade, so I was like 12, 11 actually still, because my birthday's in September and I'm a late baby. So yeah, anyways. So I was in the 8th grade and I had a crush on this guy, and for the sake of this video, we were going to call him Jersey. I don't know. We're going to call him Jersey. So he was cute, okay? He was cute. Even if I was how I am now, he was still cute, okay? And Jersey happened to be a year younger than me, or like in grade 7, and I was in grade 8. So, but him and I were the same age because, like I said, I'm a September baby. Now, Jersey was this guy that he had like dated like all the girls in his grade, and I wasn't allowed to date at this time. Not that it mattered. Like, I still would have if guys gave me a chance, just because I'm a rebel. But yeah, no, I didn't like really date anybody at this school. I dated the one guy and I had crushes and stuff like that, but I never really dated anybody. You'll know what I'm talking about because you will see all those videos that this is gonna be in the playlist, okay? And so I had a crush on Jersey one day. I don't know how it started, but like I said, back then, everybody pretty much had everyone that you like even saw on MSN. So somehow I had him on MSN, and so him and I would be like talking and stuff like every single day. It got to the point where I was like, eventually I was like, oh wow, we and him are talking every single day, and like he's cute and like he's cool. Like, okay, I'm about this life. Like, yeah, I can do this. And him and I would talk and talk, and like it would be like so fun, and I would be like to the point where I couldn't wait till I got home so I could like talk to him, because like I said, we're in different grades, so it's not like I saw him in class or anything like that. I would see him at like recess at the most, but that was pretty much it. And like I wouldn't hang out with him really, because again, at this time I was not open with like people I had crushes on. If I had a crush on you, like I had a crush on you, like it would take you a minute and you have to actually like sit and think like, oh, does she like me? Because it was not gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you the truth type of thing. So I remember I was talking to him, and I was like, oh, he's so cute. And I would say this went on for about like a couple of weeks. Now, I remember I was like talking to my friends, and I'm like, no, like I really, really like Jersey. Like, he's so cute. He's so nice. He's so like respectful. Like, he's not like any of these other like fuckboys. Of course, we didn't say fuckboys back then. I don't know what we said. Back then, but I was like, he's not like any of these other ones. Like, they're all lames, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm going on like talking about my mans, That's not my man, but like he's my man. And my girls are just like, you need to tell him, because it seems like he likes you too. You guys are talking all the time. And like he would come over and he would like give me like a hug and stuff like that, like every single day. Like as soon as he saw me, he'd be like, oh, and like go and give me a hug, and I would be like in like freaking heaven, like with this stupid ass hug. And he was short. He was shorter than me, but irrelevancy. So I'm telling my girls, and I'm like, I like him. Like, I feel like he likes me too. But like I don't tell people how I feel. Like, back then, never. And they're like, you need to tell him, like it's so clear that he likes you, like look what he's doing, like oh my god, look, he's watching you right now, like. And so like they're like hyping me up, like how like your girls do. I'm like, okay, you know what, you guys are right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna tell him how I feel. And so I remember that night I went home and him and I were talking, and I kept like wanting to like say something, but I just got like those nerve mans, like they hit you, and I'm just like, yo, I don't think I can do this. Like, I don't think I can do this. Like, like I want him to be the one to like say it to me, you know what I mean? And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just see him one time in person and like ask him like certain questions until like I know, like, you know what I mean, until I know for sure, like I'm gonna like just be spilling my heart out right now. Like, so I remember, oh my god, The day that I was supposed to tell him, I was like, I backed out. I'm like, you know what? No, I need to do some more recon. I need to go and I need to ask him some questions and be like, so do you like anybody? Like, what does she look like? Like, what's your type? Like, I need to do the recon and I need it to be in person because I do not want to have this be receipted. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like, okay, well, let's go check the receipts. No, I need it to be in person because verbal, you cannot clock verbal. So, just a tip. So I was like, no. I remember I get to school the next day and my friend, now she was my friend. This is a whole other story with this bitch, but this girl was like my good friend in the 7th grade. Her and I became really good friends. And then in the 8th grade, she decided to just like switch up and she became like more popular and she just became like conceited, I guess. And it was just like she was like my best friend, one of my best friends, and she just became conceited and I was like, okay, I'm not about this life. And so her and I stopped being friends. That's a whole other story. Hopefully I remember to tell it. But anyways, and so right now her and I, we fell off, but her and I were on the verge of right now like falling off. Like we were like on a cliffhanger literally type of thing for our friendship. And so I remember I get to school and then I hear my little like 11-year-old, 12-year-old heart breaks and I hear that Jersey is now with, what am I gonna call this bitch? Kendall. Jersey is now dating Kendall. Are you serious? This sucks. Like, I was gonna do my recon. I was about to tell him how I felt yesterday. We were talking for so long. I gave my heart and soul into this relationship. I was heartbroken. So mad, and it was just like, wow. And then it just became one of those things where they were like together and like I pretty much, our friendship like died at that point because it wasn't like she knew I had a crush on him, so it wasn't like anything like that. But then she just became even more, when she started dating him, she became even more conceited and I was like, oh. Fast forward a couple years, so I had a crush on him. He ended up being my friend and then my crush like died down because like I don't crush on someone else's man, like that's lame. Like I moved on, you know. And then let's fast forward to like when I was in the 10th grade. I believe it was 10th grade. Yeah, like I was in the 10th grade and my home, so how it works in my town is you are in a elementary school and then you have like an elementary school that is locked in with a high school and then everyone from the elementary school, it goes to that high school. Now, my mom did not want me and my brother to be going to that locked in high school, so we ended up going to like a different one. So we had like to make like all new friends and none of my friends went to the high school that I ended up going to. Now, in the 10th grade, it just so happens that Jersey ended up having to go to my school because he got in trouble at his school and got kicked out. And I remember just being like, wow. And like he still looked cute, he was still everything, but it was just like, no, like they're done that. I'm not about to go like down that road again, like nah. And I later found out that he got into some major trouble. Like I said, I was a year older, so I really don't even know if he graduated like from my high school that I went to or if he got in trouble and he didn't even make it to graduation. But I found out like years later, like I would say maybe like I found out like 4 or 5 years ago, getting into like some major trouble, major trouble with the law, girl. And I was like, thank God I missed that bullet, literally. So yeah, that was the time that I was in love with a felon. And I, however, wasn't with him whenever he was a felon, and I was like in like kitty love, like I had a crush on him. But sometimes everything happens for a reason, and I'm so glad like I like was not stupid. I mean, to be honest, let's say him and I did get involved like back when I was in elementary school, we wouldn't have lasted anyways, you know, because like I said, like I was going on to high school. Like who the fuck would stay with someone and they're in elementary school and you're going on to high school? I mean, I know some people do that. Really not something that I would do personally. So it wouldn't have really mattered. I dodged a bullet hella like so far, but yeah. He was like, it was so weird too because he was like such a good kid. He was such a good kid. He was so nice, like so respectful and just so nice, but sometimes people fall in with the wrong people, and sometimes peer pressure like gets to you, I don't know, and fucks you over. So be careful, boys and girls, because be careful who you hang out with, that's for sure. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
You can get me right.